Hey everybody, it's your Dungeon Master Chris. That sounds really dirty, saying it out loud sometimes out of context. Anyway, just as a reminder from the episode that came out last week, this is the final episode of Party in Peril. Unfortunately, it is not going to tie up the storyline. This is an episode we recorded a while back, and then schedules just didn't line up, and we were not able to finish the campaign. However, as previously stated, I will be making a video and or series of videos over on patreon.com. So if you are part of the NerdSloth treehouse over there, you'll be able to take a peek and see all of the other story beats, major plot points, all that kind of stuff that I had lined up. So maybe you'll get some sort of closure there and at least get to see all of the variety of things that our villains here could have encountered and the myriad of mischief they could have gotten into. So I know it's not the most satisfying thing ever, but it's what we can do. Thank you so much from all of us at Party in Peril, and we hope you'll still continue supporting NerdSloth.com, where you'll find us making other content. Okay, guys, gals, everyone else, we love ya, and we hope you enjoyed this last episode.
The world of Alurin, a land promising adventure, treasure, and glory at every turn for all the many, many heroes that inhabit it. From the far reaches of the frozen fjords to the sweltering jungles of Ishtka, opportunity awaits for all those brave enough to seek it. And, wait, who are you?
However, we are not the heroes of this tale, so welcome to the Party in Peril Villains Campaign.
Before you stands Gannonball Jackbeard, a stout dwarf built like a boulder, draped in salt-worn and sun-bleached clothing and smoldering leather hides, smoke rolling off of him. A large-brimmed hat with a crow skull sits atop his brow, overshadowing his eyes, while the rest of his facial features are dimly lit by the small sticks of incense whirled about in his braided black beard. He swirls his whip playfully aside him and grips his rapier tight in the other hand as blood drips down the handle after using it to create the ale golem, which now has Lilith grappled. And Lilith, this ale golem, opens his mouth wide. And when he does, you hear the creaking of the wood and the metal as his mouth opens up in like a boiling, roiling, liquid noise from inside. And then a rush of water as ale starts spewing out of the open mouth and into your face. So what I need you to do is do a Constitution saving throw to see if you end up swallowing it or you're able to resist the ale.
I hope I do not resist. So let's see. I think I got my wish. I rolled a 3. All right, spring break. What carnival cruise am I on now?
Woo! Woo! Lilith just all of a sudden just pulls open her chest, exposes all the breasts, all of them, all the scales. So you're drunk. Since you failed your Constitution check, you are now extremely drunk. Now, with this intoxication, this is how it's going to go.
The horniness gets stronger. I agree.
Yes. There is a bonus and a disadvantage to the condition you now find yourself in. We're going to roll initiative in just a second. So we're going to be in battle. But for this battle and for anyone that ends up getting caught by this golem and ends up getting intoxicated, you're going to get 5 temporary health points. So you're going to get 5 more health points. You're going to have advantage on all charisma and strength-based rolls.
Ooh.
But you're going to have disadvantage on all of the other rolls. So wisdom, intelligence, and dexterity will all be disadvantages. You're going to be making poor choices, and you're not going to be able to dodge things very well. But you're going to feel real strong, and you're going to feel real charismatic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Like, would a drunk person... Would a drunk person
be able to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically how this fight's going to go.
Yeah. Not drunk.
Oh my gosh.
Len looks at the scene before her and sees that Lilith is, of course, now getting drunk, and she sees the whip in Cannonball Jack's hands, and she's like, well, someone's going to have fun tonight.
So now I want everyone to go ahead and roll initiative as this battle gets started here.
6.
14 plus 4, 18.
16.
Rochelle just got to witness the monitor blipping out. Anytime I get... so Shaddai hasn't heard this, but Joseph knows. Anytime I get shocked by something in this room, one of our monitors goes black.
What?
And I just got shocked by the table, and the monitor went black for a second.
Oh my God.
She was like, what the... And she started poking the monitor.
It came back.
Yeah, every time I get shocked, monitor's like, boop, bye.
That's when you got to treat it like an old TV and just hit the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Tune it in.
Okay, so Lilith is up first. Lilith, the first thing I need you to do is do a strength saving throw to see if you can get out of the clutches of this ale golem.
So since being drunk increases my strength, it's going to increase by how much?
So you've got advantage, so you can roll twice and take the highest roll that you've got.
First roll and plus 2 is 12. Second roll, it's 15 plus 2. That's 17. So second roll.
All right. You so this keg golem's trying to keep you pulled in. Wants to shoot more of his ale down your throat. And you get your tail up in there and you break free of his arms.
Hold on. I'm still guzzling the last jug.
You're like tongues like whipping around your lips, like trying to get all the drops. It is. I'll tell you this. It's really good ale. Like it tastes great. It's delicious. Yeah.
Well, it's perfect. It's a nice sunny day for it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna catch my breath, and because I don't think I'm done. So, I'm still thirsty. Just hold on a moment. So I'm just kind of like pushing him off me with my tail. Okay, let's shove him, and if he falls by accident, I will be sad. But I'm okay. I'm okay with a little shove. I don't know my own strength at this point.
Yeah, so roll your strength, and remember, you still have advantage, and basically the keg golem will roll against it, see if he can withstand it and hold his ground.
Okay. First roll, that was 8, 9, 10. Second roll, 11, and 12, 13. So.
After you get the keg golem off of you, you shove him with your tail, and the keg golem, not being a very smart construct, being made of ale, just tumbles backwards over the back of the ship, falls into the water, and is just kind of floating around and like towards the back.
Lilith.
You hear a splash as he hits. He is floating.
Lilith, that was good ale. Come on.
Laszlo wanted to drink too.
I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Now I'm going to be that sad drunk girl in the bathroom. I'm so sorry. I do everything wrong. I'm so sorry.
Is Laszlo going to have to hold your hair back again?
Nobody loves me. I'm so sorry.
Lilith, just back off while we handle Yen
Stop.
and Ball. Yeah.
Stop.
We'll handle Yen and Ball Jack off here, okay?
She is the worst drunk.
Yeah.
Gregory is up next. He's up in the kind of like the crow's nest, he readies a crossbow at Captain Jackbeard, which he shoots and he hits. He hits Jackbeard like just square in one of the shoulders, and he just kind of gives like a little grunt, like and just kind of brushes it off for 4 damage. Next up is Weslow.
How far away would you say I am from? I know where I am. I just don't know like how far that is.
45 feet.
Okay, I can work with that. So the keg golem's pushed over the edge right now still. So it's just
Correct.
Captain Jackbeard up there at the moment.
Yes.
Okay. Then Waslow's going to cast Chaos Bolt at him just to see what happens because he likes chaos.
Okay. You do like it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Go
let me
for it.
roll.
Which,
What did you do?
Hold on. Wait. Wait. Does 14 hit?
No. So you start gathering this chaos magic about you, and because it's so chaotic, you send a chaos bolt out, and it just kind of goes the complete opposite direction of what you're trying to do. It just off somewhere else into
Okay, hold on.
the air.
Oh, Waslow's not even drunk yet, and he missed.
Jackbeard just kind of gives a little smirk at you, and to try to make you a little bit even angrier at your miss here. He just kind of gives a little chuckle at you, and
If you're trying to make Waslow angrier, you've succeeded.
As he shakes his fist at him.
It is the keg golem's turn. He's going to make an attempt to climb back up over the edge of the boat, and he does not succeed. So he's just bobbing around in the water, scrambling around. It's like a turtle on his back. He just can't. He can't. There's too much air inside of him. He's like a bag of chips. There's more air than there is, sustenance. So he's just kind of bobbing around, having a rough time. Len's turn.
All right. How close is Lilith to
Lilith?
to the pirate?
How close is Lilith to the pirate? Not you?
No, not me.
Lilith is within, she's within 5 feet.
Oh. Actually,
I'm drunk. I'm not going to feel it. Whatever it is you're trying to throw.
Len
I'm a
wants
pass
to take.
out.
Len wants to take this opportunity to try out a spell that she's been practicing called Grease.
Okay.
So Len casts the spell. So she's casting her spell, and it's slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square centered on a point within range and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. Okay.
All right.
Very
A character that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Got it. Okay.
Oh wait, she needs a bit of pork rind or butter. Well, she found some butter somewhere in the square. She just has it. She's been holding on to it for this very occasion.
What are the things for it? Pork, butter
A bit
or
of
what?
Pork rind or butter.
Pork rind.
Or butter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pork rind.
Just some good old
I mean, you
fayette.
guys have some rations, so I mean, I don't have a problem saying that some of those rations could include either of those things.
Yeah. So
Probably pork rind.
She's got some pork rind that she's taken from the rations for this particular spell.
10-foot radius, you said?
Between a 10-foot square centered on the point.
Okay.
within
And
range.
how long does that last?
It just means that you have to do a dexterity saving throw or fall prone.
Okay. But it doesn't have like a length of time or anything?
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay, that's what I'm looking
Yep.
for.
And the creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So she goes her.
That is going to include you as well, I think.
Wait, I'm
Very-
that close?
Yeah, you're literally right next to the guy.
Oh, all right. Well, that's fine.
This is going to be So basically, you just turned this whole area with
Hang
all
on.
of you guys into a big old
But first-
slip and slide.
Hold on. So before she casts the spell, she jumps up in the air to fly.
Okay.
And then
Or-
she casts the spell.
I will let you do that for your movement. Okay.
And then the spell. Yeah, she casts the spell.
That's smart.
Ooh, things are gonna get greasy.
Literally.
Greasy. Are you saying a magic word?
Well, if I would tell you to hang on, but I know you're going to fall anyway. Sit him.
I'm so sorry.
So it's a dex.
Am I sexy?
So it's a dex saving throw at the end of everybody's turn.
No, just now.
Oh, right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
so-
the grease appears.
and then at the end of everyone's turn.
Yeah. So she tosses the pork rind, says
Okay.
the words.
And what do they need to beat? Does it say?
They just need to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let me. It should give us it's gotta give us something to beat.
Like a parameter, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it says attack save dex 11.
Okay. 11. Perfect.
So we
That's
have to
what I
do 11 or more.
Yep. So
Plus
so
6
both
meters, so that's
yeah, Lilith and Jackbeard have to do a dexterity saving throw. And remember, since you're drunk, you have a disadvantage on that. So good luck.
Okay.
Good luck, Lilith.
All right. So
that means you have to roll twice and take the worst roll.
okay.
Yes. Jackbeard succeeds.
15 plus this is 21. Oh, I got a nat 20.
Oh, okay. So that's a success.
Okay. Well, either way, she got like a 21 and then her
and-
nat 20 on the
yeah.
second one.
Oh
so
my
she-
god.
Yeah.
Fine then. All right. So you guys both
I roll
succeeded.
better when I'm drunk.
Yeah. She's doing like some drunken master monk shit right now.
Yeah, right.
Like she got better. She went all Jackie Chan and stuff. So yeah, you both succeeded on that roll. But here on after, everybody in that area is going to have to succeed. So it'll be wet and wild to come. We are back at the top of the round. Lilith, it's back to you. What do you want to do?
All right. So if it's still a little slip and slide, does my move go
yeah.
a little faster? Like, do I get,
not
like,
necessarily,
extra-
but you can always try something and we'll see what happens.
Okay. So who's next to me at this point? Jack?
You got Jackbeard right here.
Okay. So I want to try and seduce him. I want to drunkenly seduce him. And in the process of drunkenly seducing him, maybe because I still don't know my strength, I'm going to try and kind of push him, like push myself on him and see if that does anything, if that
Are you
accidentally
gonna-
pushes him over.
Are you going to do the accidental, oops, I slipped?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do for this, because there's so many things involved, I'm gonna have you do a performance roll for this.
Okay.
Because basically you're like you're acting. So let's do a
Yes.
performance roll and see how that goes.
Okay. So I'm like,
And you have advantage of this because that's charisma.
okay, so let's roll twice. Ew, gross. That was a 1. And then 19 was my second. All right, so but it's my advantage, right? So 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 19.
Oh God. So you managed to what do you say to Jackbeard as you do the oops and you slide into him? What are you saying to him as this
Okay.
happens?
Ever enjoy a lonely gal on a cruise? Why don't you be my date tonight? Something like that.
And
I'm
so
bad at flirting.
so is your plan also to try to knock him overboard?
Yes,
during this thing?
like
Okay.
But the idea again, just kind of like the same deal, where I would be like, whoop, like, who's gonna catch me?
You're not trying to knock him overboard, but it may
Yes,
inevitably happen.
but I want to see if it will. Yeah.
Okay. So fucking shit. So this is what happened. So you slide into him, and he's so he's very surprised. He's on the ship to fight what he thinks is a bunch of villains, and then since he's a dwarf, it's just this big pair of snake breasts, just eye level, just smush right into his face, and he's just enveloped right in him, and he's and he's just so like caught off guard by the voluptuousness, and he is a little bit charmed by it and stunned. He manages to brace himself against the back of the ship, though does not fall over, but you've definitely caught him off guard here for a minute. But go ahead and do your now that you've done that, do your dexterity saving throw to make sure that you don't slip in the grease some more.
Okay. We're like, oh, this boat's rocking. Maybe we should be making a knocking. 16. Oh, wait, do I do double?
Disadvantage on this one.
Okay. So then the other one, another 16, so 22. So 16 is my lowest one.
Okay. So you managed to just stay pressed up against Jackbeard, against the rail, who is just motorboating. Basically, his face is just right up in there. Yeah, that's what's going on here, I guess.
Well, Joseph knows that when I'm drunk, I'm all dead weight, so I'm probably putting all my all of my like.
I've had to carry her to bed before.
Gregory is up next. He's going to use his move action to slide the 20 feet down the mast, and then he's going to move about 10 feet up here to try to get a better look at what the heck is going on. He wants to attack, but he's not sure what to do. He's not sure how this is going to work out. So he's going to decide to hold his attack with his crossbow to where if the keg golem were to get back on board, he's going to go ahead and fire at the keg golem. So he's just going to hold his attack and wait. It's Waslow's turn.
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, I don't have outright lightning yet, but is there a way, Rochelle, that at some point we can combine 2 attacks to make grease lightning our combined ability?
Can I cast grease again if I have enough spell slots? Like I can cast the same spell twice?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have lightning though. Yeah.
The grease is still there right now.
But yes,
so,
at some point we will have a combined force.
All right, we'll work on that. We'll workshop it. Okay.
Grease lightning, go grease lightning.
Yeah. Second question:
Exactly.
Is this grease inductive at all? If I were to cast fire on it, would it is it oil like, or would it just like not? Is it like flame? I don't know, resistant.
Well, it's based in pork rind.
I mean, it's basic pork grease. So if you get it hot enough, grease does burn. Yeah.
And
like,
then
grease fires are dangerous.
It'll smell really good too. Okay, grease fires are dangerous. I've heard.
Grease fires are dangerous. You got to be real careful with those. So yeah, grease can burn.
Yeah, those have been my favorite fried turkey videos. Have you seen those when they put?
Oh, watching those things.
Turkey.
Yeah, like explode.
Oh my God! Yes, they put their like the frozen turkey inside a boiling hot oil grease thing, and it overflows, and it just fucking goes up in flames.
Okay, and this is our ship, correct? So
this is your ship.
Well,
okay, so I don't want to burn it. Well, it's our ship that we borrowed. Yes.
Yes.
It is a ship that you are currently sailing on in the middle of the sea.
Sail away, sail away.
Right.
Sail away.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm a little nervous to cast my fire, and I can't really cast a lot of my AoE effects because everyone's so bunched up. I'm just gonna Chaos Bolt again, see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. Let me roll. I'm shooting at a Jackbeard again.
Sure.
Better. 18.
18 hits.
Sweet. Okay, then for Chaos Bolt, there's things to it. Okay, so I roll 2d8s plus 1d6. I choose one of the d8s to see what type of damage it is. So I'm going to do that first.
I choose you.
Pikachu, I choose you! Okay, got a 4 and then another 4. So it's definitely force. So I'm using the force. That is the type. And then my 1d6. So 8. Lame. So 9 damage, 9 force damage towards Captain Jackbeard. But I guess the way I understand it, force is just like kinetic force. So could that potentially push him over with that 9 damage?
Force damage basically is just like concentrated magical energy that isn't like a specific like element or anything like that. So the advantage of force damage is that it's one of those things that the majority of like creatures and other things don't have any kind of resistance or anything to it. So that's basically what it is. So picture it as like it's not like Star Wars force. It's basically just like bam, like magical damage just kind of happens to you.
Okay, you can't really resist force damage.
Right, basically, yeah. That's basically the fun part. So you said you did 9?
Yeah, 9 damage.
What spell slot was that?
That was a first level spell, so I only have 1 more slot left, I think.
Okay, roll and see if you do a wild magic surge.
Okay. What was it again? I rolled an 8.
Okay, so no surge.
Okay.
Okay, with that, it is finally Jackbeard's turn. So he's finally going to try a couple things. He's going to try to one, he's going to try to shove Lilith off of him real quick, regaining his senses, realizing his basically the oath he took as a hero to vanquish the people like you, the miscreants. He's going to do his best to try to get Lilith off of him with a shove. He's going to use strength here. He's going to fail that, so Lilith is still just right up in his business. He has a multi-attack, so his other thing he's going to do is he's going to try to use his whip, and he's going to try to grapple the Keg Golem with it and whip him back onto the ship. See if it works here. So he pivots sideways and manages to whip his arm down, grabs a hold of the Keg Golem and whips the Keg Golem back up into the ship. So the Keg Golem staying next to him. I'm going to do a dex saving throw and see if he managed to stay on his feet in the grease, which he does. He is still standing.
Yay,
it is now
more beer.
Does Jackbeard manage to stay standing?
Yeah.
Both, so him and the golem both did?
Well, the golem's we're about to find out.
Oh, you're gonna roll.
The golem just got up there.
Okay.
It's the golem's turn right now. The golem succeeds, and then the golem, looking at its master, who is just all up in the snake, is going to do a rolling charge where it jumps down onto its side and it's gonna roll directly towards Lilith and try to knock her away. So Lilith, do a dex saving throw.
Okay. Oops. That was a
Ding.
right. Ding.
With disadvantage.
And then roll twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's my lower. So a 9.
Okay. That was the... Okay, got it.
That was my low. Yeah, that was my lower one.
Okay, so Lilith, the Keg Golem gets up, rolls on it to its side, and barrels into you and sends you sprawling over to the edge of the ship. So you are now over to the side.
All right. In that process, I'm gonna let myself loose and be like, "Ooh, Just sail away, sail away, sail away. Just sliding through.
But after that, he rolled in that one, so he can't get up.
Did he fall?
He's prone after he did the roll, so he's just sliding around in that grease, unable to get up right now. Lynn, is your turn, and so you've been flying around right now, and I'll say at some point you're going to need to land after this turn, instead of like hovering around indefinitely, or else you're going to start getting exhausted.
All right, so Len touches down just outside of the zone of grease.
Okay, so where, just point out where you want to...
She's going to touch down, like, kind of towards where
Lilith is. Because
Yeah.
Lilith is outside
Where
of the
Lilith
grease now.
went sliding.
Okay.
And she's going to try a little conversation. So she's kind of looking at the situation, and she's just like, so, Yak, what was your name? Yakbeard?
Jackbeard.
Yeah, whatever. How do you think that, and I get that you're a hero and you're always supposed to destroy villains and all that, but think about it. You know how to sail ships. And what's the difference between you sailing without all of us on the ship and you just sailing us all next to Hammerfall? Let's just all go to Hammerfall. We'll break open the ale golem, have ourselves some ale, and we can all go to Hammerfall and we can have a grand old fight over there. But just think about it. You're outnumbered. My friend here, really, you could have some good time with her. She's a keeper. Well, no,
Yeah.
she's not, but she's definitely a she's a temporary pleasure.
Temporary pleasure.
She's not wrong.
I don't see how you're gonna win this one. Like, you are definitely outnumbered. So why don't you use your self-preservation skills or whatever they teach you in hero school and
Okay, are you
leave
trying
this
to... You going
be.
to try to persuade
She's
him?
trying to
Okay,
persuade him.
so go ahead and roll for this. It's not going to be easy. Go ahead and roll.
I'm doing persuasion, right?
Yep.
I'm the real
Is that okay? It's an 8.
Okay.
Wazlo tries to add some support to her to help her persuade him by just yelling, "Yeah!" That's it.
All right. Jackbeard kind of studies you for a moment and he says, "So, I bet you're thinking I'm gonna fall for your tricks. You're thinking I am gonna take up your offer? No. You sank me ship. You killed me crew. And I'm one of the Big 10. One of the greatest heroes alive. And that means I don't even need to live through this fight. I just gotta stop you villains from carrying on. And something tells me now that you're trying to negotiate. It means you're getting desperate."
No, I just wanted some ale. I thought you could share too, but I guess you don't want it.
Did you say you were a Big 10? I like a Big 10.
There'll be plenty more ale for ye. You can bet on that.
Yeah, but now we're gonna have to drink it without you.
I'll plan to drown ye in it.
Please promise me that. Please.
So Len, was that her action, was trying to persuade him? Does she get anything else?
You get no, you can do like one, quick conversation thing, but now you can do an actual action if you would like.
Yeah, all right, fine. Have it your way. So she goes in for the attack flying, of course, because the floor is greasy.
Yes.
And she goes in with her dagger.
The
Okay.
floor's
Who are you
lava.
gonna go after?
Oh, she's going after the Jackbeard.
Jackbeard. Okay. So it won't be a sneak attack, but so go ahead and roll your d20. 9.
No, wait,
Okay.
wait. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, 9. Okay. So he sees you coming at him with his dagger, with all of your shit talking and everything, and he gets his rapier out and he meets your blade with his as they clash, and he shoves you back towards the direction that you were coming at. It's now Lilith's turn.
Am I on dry side of?
Yeah, Lilith, you are now in a dry spot. You are not in the grease area, so the grease area is basically just surrounding these guys here.
I still think I'm invincible, so I'm gonna move forward even to the grease. I'm back on.
No. All right, Dex saving throw.
Oh, did a nat 20. Do the next one.
Oh my god.
I know my lower one is 15. That's
You're
my
fine.
lower one.
So you move in there. You're still doing you're using your tail to balance yourself, and you just slither right in through that grease, no problems.
Awesome. All right, so I'm still thirsty. I'm so glad you're alive. I'm still thirsty. Come here. What? Well, don't run away from me. Come here. Okay, how about if I grab my whip and try and whip him closer to me? I'm just whipping at him and trying to pull him towards me.
Sure, you can try to grapple him using the whip.
Okay, so maybe I don't even have it. I got a rope.
There you go.
It. I got a rope.
And if you want to try to lasso him with the rope, you can try to do that. Roll acrobatics. That'll be a disadvantage. You know what? Yeah, do athletics. Either that or acrobatics. I would probably do athletics since you're drunk.
Ah. Ooh.
The sound of Lilith actually trying to get her rope out of her bag.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just grabbing my rope.
Crunch.
What's it? Oh, that's my tail. I'm sorry. Okay, so 18 plus 2, 20.
All right.
Oh, there's my rope. This is my rope. Look at this. This is my rope.
So you're okay. So you you tied a lasso. You fling it around the keg golem, and the keg golem is now grappled by this rope.
I got you.
Oh my
slowly
god!
pulling him
Yeah, I
in.
just tried to pull. See, oh, it's slippery.
Gregory is up next. He's gonna try to shoot Jackbeard with his crossbow here. He shoots, and it misses, and just plunges a bolt right into the side of the ship right next to him. As Jackbeard's just kind of slipping around and sliding through the grease. That's what ends up saving him from the crossbow bolt. It is Waslow's turn.
Can these cannons be moved, or are they stationary?
They are on wheels. They can be moved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I aim the cannon that I'm near at Jackbeard? Just roll it over there? Roll it around?
I'll probably have you do... have you do a little strength check just to see if you're strong enough to maneuver that cannon enough to turn it. But yeah, I will let you do that. So do a strength check for me.
Oh boy. All right, let's see.
Yep.
Okay, 16.
Yes. So you were able to move that cannon, and it just kind of pivots, and you're aiming it towards the position of the keg golem and Jackbeard.
All right, spells aren't working, so okay, here we go.
So Waslow rolls it around, and since he had preloaded it, I'm just gonna take a shot.
Oh my god. Okay. What was in there? Did you load it with a cannonball, or did you load it with a fireball? I'll let you choose right now.
I'm gonna say fireball because we initially, or when I was firing at the other ship, we were trying to take the sails down with the fireballs.
Are we gonna have a grease fire? Oh no.
Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay, Waslow, he snaps his fingers to light a little flame, and then puts it on the wick. Here we go. Let me roll that 20. 13.
So you fire this fire bomb arcing up in the air, and it slowly starts coming down, and everybody's just kind of watching it. Everyone just stops what they're doing, and they're looking up in the air, and they're hearing the and it's slowly coming down. Captain Jackbeard jumps out of the way, but the keg golem gets slammed with this firebomb. I want you to roll 3d8 damage.
16.
The firebomb just slams into the keg golem, who explodes and splinters, and wood and fire go flying everywhere, and the ale is just shoots up into the air, and the grease on the ship catches fire, so now there's a roiling fire everywhere. And then I need Jackbeard, Lilith, Gregory, and Lynn all need to do a dex saving throw, because so much mayhem just happened there that you're gonna either get hit. If you fail, you're gonna get hit with a little bit of excess damage, and some of the ale may have landed in your mouth, and you may end up drunk. Also, the ship is on fire, just so you are aware.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Lynn,
8.
8. Okay. What did Lilith roll?
18 was my lowest.
Okay. Lilith, you were still drunk and mastering around. You ended up dodging all of the debris, all of the ale. Lynn, you just took 8 bludgeoning damage.
God damn.
And you are now drunk.
You're welcome.
And Jackbeard also managed to dodge everything and kept his mouth shut. Poor little Gregory, 11 points of damage, and is also drunk.
That ale was for after the fight.
Woo! Girls got wild. He got
Laszlo thought you guys were pre-gaming.
It is now Jackbeard's turn, and he sees all the carnage mayhem along here, and now with the ship on fire, which we will pretend is right here because I don't have a fire token, he starts laughing, and he's like, I have to stop you if you destroy your own ship. I'll just help the process along. He starts heading over to the mast. He jumps and starts climbing the mast for his turn. But Lilith and Gregory both are going to get an opportunity of attack.
All right, so I'm doing an unarmed strike. That's a 9 plus 6, 15.
So Lilith just starts swinging her fists and her tail, like just going crazy. Just like, doing the thing where she turns her head the other direction and starts flailing all of her appendages at him. He just runs past. He just runs around her. Gregory whips out his trident, though, and does manage to just kind of shank him across the arm a little bit for 4 damage. It wasn't a lot. Lynn, it's your turn. He is scrambling up the mast. He's about, with his movement speed, he's only about like 10 feet up that mast so far.
So how far away, math problem, how far is he away from me at that angle?
Right, if he is here, and
15,
when will
20,
the train come in?
30, 40.
What is the hypotenuse of this triangle?
Yeah.
So he's 20 feet across from you and then 10 feet up. So 30 total.
That's not the hypotenuse.
I'm not talking about hypotenuse. This isn't math class.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm within range.
Oh my god.
I would say I am because this spell
20
has
feet.
Okay, I'm in range. So
Jesus. Lava Jesus, save me.
Someone attempts. She's going to try for. She's got an ice knife.
Okay, that's new.
Let's see. So I create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within range. I make a ranged spell attack against the target, and on a hit, the target takes 1d10 piercing damage. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes, and then the target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on dexterity saving or take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay. So what's the save DC for that one?
Dex 11.
Okay, so how much damage?
Well, first she has to cast a spell. She goes, fire! But she's not very good at it because it's her, like...
She says fart? Like,
fire!
like when she's golfing?
Well, she's
like,
also
fart!
drunk.
It kind of sounds
too.
like that. It's far. No, it's far, but it kind of works.
Far.
So so that's a hit. 1d10 piercing.
Okay. So explodes and what happens? 2d6. Roll it.
14, 15.
Oh shit.
With the piercing damage.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you spell work?
Okay.
I've been wanting to try that one.
Lilith, it's your turn. All right, Drunk Snake. You are, let's see, 5, 10, 15 feet away from the mast, and he is 10 feet up the mast.
Can I use my rope?
Yeah, you know, I kind of forgot to account for what would have happened to that rope when Laszlo destroyed it.
I was wondering.
Yeah.
We'll just say it's a little bit smaller now.
Okay, so it's not 50 feet anymore. What would you say it is now?
We'll say it's now 30 feet.
All right.
We'll say you
All right,
lost
well-
about 20 feet.
Maybe I can use the rope to like lasso him instead.
Okay. You could use your movement to walk up there and then try to lasso him, like pull him back down.
Oh,
You wanna do
let's
that?
then? Let's do it.
So Lilith, you move up towards the bottom of the mast, and then you throw your rope up, trying to lasso and pull him back down. So either athletics or acrobatics for me.
I'm going to do athletics since I still got my strength. Oh, that was a bad roll. Second. A little better. 16 plus 2, 18.
As he's scrambling up, he sees the lasso coming for his ankle, and he manages to move his ankle just in the nick of time as he's got his like sword in his teeth, and he like pulls it out, and he like reaches up and he's kind of leaps a little bit, stabs his rapier into the mast, pulls himself up just a tiny bit more as the lasso brushes just the bottom of his boot and falls back down to the deck of the ship.
Why do you keep leaving me? What did I do to you? You just enjoyed me.
Forget about him, Lilith. He's an asshole.
He is an asshole. You're right. He's an asshole. I don't need him. You're right. He's an asshole.
Gregory runs over to towards the back of the ship, and he grabs an empty bucket with one of his own ropes, and he starts lowering it down to try to scoop up some water, and starts pouring water on the fire. I'm just gonna see how successful he is. Pretty good. So the fire is starting to go out a little bit, but it's still going, and there is smoke starting to form towards the back, which will start to obscure some of the vision in the next round if another round continues without the fire being completely put out. It is now Laszlo's turn.
You can tell me if this would work. Laszlo is thinking about how far up the mast is, or the pole, whatever, is Jackbeard right now.
Just 10 feet right now.
He's 10 feet up it? How tall is
Yes. We're going to say about like 30.
it? Okay. So that actually works out. So what Laszlo's going to do is I'm going to cast Minor Illusion, and I don't know in what form it comes, but can I make it look like there are like razor wire or something like at that area of the mast to deter him from continuing his climb?
Absolutely. Yeah. He'll try to roll to see through it and see if he can see through the illusion.
He reaches up, just kind of wiggles his fingers, and makes it look like there is a razor wire about 5 feet above where Jackbeard currently is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it cast in a 5-foot radius is about 5 foot cube is about how much area I can cover with my minor illusion. So so about 5 feet of razor.
Jackbeard starts clambering up, and then he sees this razor wire show up in front of him, and he pauses for a moment, and then he grabs his rapier and starts prodding at it, and sees that the rapier goes right through what he thought was the wire. And then he looks over at you and sees you like kind of twinkling your fingers up in the air with your like little smug grin on your face. And then he just kind of looks at you and then starts climbing up a little bit more, just right through where the illusion was. Now, do you have bonus actions? I feel like sorcerers can cast a second cantrip as a bonus.
So I can gain additional spell slot. I can cast, if I use my sorcery point, I could cast an empowered spell, which would let me reroll some of my attack damage.
Okay.
Or a twinned spell, which will let me cast another spell on a different target. But as of right now, those are the only actions that I have with my sorcery points.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Got it. And that was a cantrip?
Yeah, that was just a cantrip.
Okay. Lynn, you're up.
All right. So
Or wait, no, sorry. Jackbeard's up. I'm so sorry. You're on deck.
I'm ready.
Laszlo tries to be clever, though. He's just like,
Oh, watch your hands. Look out for the razors.
Jackbeard continues his ascent up to the sails, and he is going to be, about the 30 feet up.
Len doesn't realize that the razor blades are fake, so she's real excited. She's like, I hope that you slice your hands up, all of them. Get them.
Asshole.
With a swift motion, he grabs he grabs his rapier out, and then with his other motion, he uses his whip to wrap it around the mast to kind of steady himself so he can lean out a little bit to the side. Then with his rapier, he brings it slashing down onto one of the sails to rip through it, doing 14 damage against the sails of your ship. So he just essentially like rips this huge corner out of one of the sails, and you can start hearing the wind start howling through the hole in the sails as your ship starts to slow down just the tiniest bit as the wind starts blowing through.
What would you do that for?
Oh no.
Now it's your turn, Lynn.
So she flies up and she's swiping at him with her daggers.
Okay,
So
so go ahead and roll for your first attack.
19.
Hits.
6. So she's gonna swipe with the other dagger. 19.
Hits.
And 7.
All right, so Lynn, you fly up there, you're like eye level with the guy, and you plunge one dagger in, just towards like his back, and then shove the other dagger in, and just kind of rip through like towards the back of his like leathers, like down his shoulder blades, and pull your daggers back out. And he starts to stumble a little bit, and he's just like just screaming out in pain. His blood's just pouring out of his back, and he's just barely hanging on, keeping himself up there in the sails, trying to destroy as much of your ship as possible to do the most damage. Lilith, you are up, my friend.
I am now transitioning into a very angry drunk. Where,
Len has been there.
yeah, from a sad drunk to a horny drunk. Now we're an angry drunk.
All right.
And all right, so I would like to use again unarmed strike, but this time to like use my strength to break the thing that he's climbing on.
Are you gonna break the mast?
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no.
I'm
We can't
pissed.
sail.
I am pissed.
Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
for that.
Let's see how strong I am. It would be 6 + 6, 12.
You are able to punch that mast. It's just a big pull in front of you.
I'm going to spend another key so that I can use my bonus and do flurry so that I can keep going. Yeah, 2 unarmed strike. So then I'm going to do twice when I do flurry. 9 + 6, 15 is the first one.
Okay. Yep.
And then this is 11. All right, so
Yep. All of those hit. All of us hit the
all
mast.
those hit. 3 plus 4, that's 7. And then 2, 6. So just twice?
I think you did 3, didn't you?
3. Okay.
3 total hits.
Yeah, 3 total. Okay.
Yeah, so one more time.
7 again. 20
Damage.
total.
All right, so angry drunk Lilith slithers around this mast and just starts slamming her fists and her tail against it, just in this fury of blows, and the mast starts to crack around the center. It doesn't completely break, but she hits it hard enough that in his weakened state, Cannonball Jackbeard starts to slip from his position, and where he was using the mast to kind of prop himself up so he could have a better shot at like slicing through the sails and stuff like that with his whip. He loses his footing, and now he is just dangling from the whip. So feet just dangling in the air, his rapier just slashing out wildly, trying to wreck as much of the sails as he can, but he no longer has the wherewithal to really keep his footing or anything, so he's basically just hanging for his life. Gregory's turn. He's going to attempt to put out this fire before the ship burns down, and
Thank God for Gregory.
and the smoke obscures your vision. He loses the bucket. A shark comes up and bites the rope.
There's a shark.
There are sharks swimming around the water. A shark comes up, snaps the rope. Gregory just curses and kobold noises, like little squeaks and whistles, and starts flailing his arms about, real upset. The fire begins to grow again, and smoke begins to obscure your vision. Lynn, it is your turn, but now there will be disadvantage against attacks with the smoke obscuring your vision until this fire is put out.
Okay.
And damage is now going to start happening to the whole of the ship for each turn.
Len's still up in the air from when she had attacked Jackbeard, and so she knows the situation now. She sees what Lilith had done and sees that he's just hanging on by that whip, so she just swipes at the whip to cut it with her rapier, or with one of the daggers in her hand.
Okay.
Is there a disadvantage there?
Yes.
So do I roll twice and take the lowest?
Yep.
7.
7. What I'm gonna do, because we're not, because it's not him, you're rolling against the whip. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna roll, and we'll see if you beat the number that I roll. And if you do beat it, you'll hit it. Okay. Missed by 1. Okay, so you're just, with the smoke obscuring your vision, you're slashing around, you're so close, and you just barely miss that whip. In fact, you can, as you shoot past it, you feel one of your wings kind of brush against the leather of the whip as you go by with your attempt.
Can she try twice, because she's got the other like she swipes with both daggers?
If you want to use your bonus?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus.
Use your bonus. Try it again.
She's just blindly swiping at this point.
Okay.
12.
With the dagger slicing through the whip, Jackbeard begins to plummet to the bottom of the ship, and with a scream, splat! He splatters onto the deck of the ship with a loud crack and some of the wood splintering. Jackbeard breathes his last breath. Fight over.
Yeah.
Everyone chokes on smoke.
Wazlo turns around with the fire to his back, and just like that little dog gif, he's like,
This is fine. This is fine.
Hearing that last like loud boom, and then everybody kind of silent, and then Wazlo saying, "This is fine." Mark starts like slowly picking his head out of his shell, and he's like, so is everything good now? Wait, what the heck happened to the ship? Where's all the smoke coming from, guys?
We won the fight.
Are you drunk?
No,
You sound drunk.
you sound drunk.
But I'm not drunk. I've been in my shell the whole time.
That's what they all say.
What? How many?
You should be saying thank you, because you're welcome.
Is anyone up here not drunk?
Waslow's not drunk, unfortunately.
He's drunk on power.
Can you explain the dead dwarf, all the smoke, and why the ship's also on fire? And who cracked the mast?
So
That asshole.
they did everything you see that's wrong with the ship. That was done by the enemy, which we have now vanquished. So, is there any kind of reward you can give us? Maybe putting the fire out would be a good start.
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Mark waddles up to where the fire is. He pulls out like a little seashell. He whispers a few things into it, and then just turns the seashell over. A bunch of water just keeps pouring out of that seashell, dousing the fire. And after a few minutes, it goes out, and the smoke begins to clear.
Perfect.
Mission accomplished there. So who's the dead dwarf guy? Oh, hey, is that Captain Jackbeard?
Jack off here?
Well, that was real rude.
Dead beer.
It was Captain Jackbeard.
You managed to kill one of the Big Ten, huh?
He was no Big Ten.
He was a loser.
Did you check? I mean,
five at best.
oh. Well, did you guys happen to loot his ship? I bet he had some real good stuff on there.
We drank what he had.
There was a ship.
Well, seeing how we're still alive, I mean, you guys can help yourself to some of the fire peppers down below if you want. I mean, you can take some of those, I guess. We're going to have to make some repairs here, I'm thinking, if we want to keep on moving here.
I don't feel so good.
Can they take, can Len just because she's so small, this does not affect her for very long. She just passes out on the deck.
Yeah, now I'm
flutters
getting
and falls.
sleepy drunk.
Absolutely.
I'm going
She
through all the
just
stages.
Yeah, she just passes out, and because Lilith was able to be drunk for longer because she's bigger, but Len's just like 2 minutes and she's
I
done.
just spent 2 keys. I'm tired.
So they're both passed out, and then Waslow's left to help put the ship back together with the other two.
Hey, Wazzo there, you good with a needle and yarn or anything like that? You know how to sew?
Waslow knows of sewing.
Yeah. You think you could get up there and repair that sail?
Sure. Waslow will try.
Gregory runs over to you real quick and hands you your missing fleece.
Can Mage Hand sew for me? Can I make it sew for me?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, perfect.
So he casts this spectral hand, and just it floats up, carries the fleece with it, and starts manipulating the sail, starts trying to sew as Waslow just supervises.
I'm thinking of you as Mickey Mouse with the sorcerer's hat, with the broom.
Yeah.
Just trying
Just
to.
waving my hands around. Yeah.
So, should we just throw this dwarf overboard? Let the sharks have him, or what do you think?
Does he have any treasure on him? Can we loot him first?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess we could do that if you want.
Check if he is 10 inches.
passed
Spoken
out.
like a true pickpocket.
You just wake up from being
Right.
passed out to check if he's 10 inches and fall back
Check
to
if he
sleep.
was a big 10. Let me know later.
When you go to loot his body, you find a number of good things. I mean, he's got his 2 weapons, which you can, well, his whip is destroyed, so never mind about that.
Oh,
He's got a rapier that's +1. He's got about 33 shines on him. He has a couple of handy items. He's got something called a pipe of smoke monsters. He has smoldering studded leather armor and 1 potion of fire resistance.
Is it small so it's about his size? The armor.
It'll fit you. It can fit
Put
you.
him on as nipple tassels. I wasn't sure how big it was. I was like, look at that. Studded.
All right, it seemed like he had some goodies. You want to help me toss him overboard, or?
Does Waslow have to touch him?
I mean, that's how you throw a body, yeah.
Fair enough.
all right. So I help.
Wait, do we want to cut his head off or anything? Would you guys want that or something? Like, I don't know. Some people do that.
Do you think we could get a bounty for it or something?
I mean, probably not. To be honest, if he's part of the Big Ten, you probably don't want any proof that you're the ones that killed him. I mean, in villain circles, I mean, yeah, it's going to be pretty hardcore. It's going to look real good for you. But it's also going to put a big target on your back, you know?
Let's keep it just in case.
All right. Hey, Gregory, you want to come over here? Get this, help me take off this head. Gregory scurries over and just kind of assesses the situation real quick. He opens up this little pack that he's got, and he's got all these tiny little different saw blades, and he's just kind of rubbing his chin, looking at all the different ones, and he starts plucking a few up. He'll look at it, sniff it. Nope, put that one back down. Picks up another one. Nope, not that one. Picks up another one. Gives it a little sniff. Gives it a little lick. There we go. And just starts sawing through the head of Cannonball Jackbeard. You hear all the flesh and sinew just start ripping, and then he gets to the bone of like the spine, and he's just having a little trouble just jerking it. You just hear the cracking and everything, and then finally, and he's like, He holds it up for you, just holding it by the hair. I was just holding it up in your face, Wazlow.
Wazlow feels that you were uncomfortably prepared for that.
Gregory just kind of like doesn't really understand like why you would ask or say that. He just kind of cocks his head to the side and he's like kind of shoving the head at your chest.
Thanks, Gregory.
He gives you a little nod and then scurries away to do some other things. You know, blood dripping from his hands and everything else. All right, let's get the rest of them overboard here. We'll just keep on sailing through. We still got about like let me see, evening about now. Get through about another night, and then sometime in the dawn we should be approaching Hammerfall, I believe. So Mark and Wazlow, you shove the rest of the body over the ship. A bunch of sharks come up and just start immediately chomping away at this thing. And Mark's like, well, it should be fairly smooth sailing for the rest of the way, you know, except for the one part that, well, you'll see when we get there. But otherwise, should be pretty good for you know, next few hours. If you want to rest for a little bit, you know, maybe tend to your drunk friends over there, make sure they're not dead.
All right. Wazlow will check on them to ensure that they have survived.
How are you guys surviving? Like, have any of you started barfing yet, or are you just completely out?
Len just passed out.
All right.
She's snoring
I'm pretty
little.
sure I am barfing.
We'll do we'll let you guys do a long rest here as day, evening becomes night. As darkness approaches, you guys are kind of cruising along here at a real steady pace, and you're kind of pressing on away from the carnage at sea. The air begins to thicken a little bit, and you can get a little hint of the smell of sulfur that starts becoming heavy as you all kind of start to stir and awaken. You know, a little bit of headaches. Not too bad overall, based on, you know, how bad things could have been, Lynn and Lilith. In the distance, through the darkening smog, you can make out the silhouettes of mountains surrounding the crown city of Daggerforge, illuminated by the fire of the glasslands directly south of it. The combination of the falling darkness and the thick smoke hanging in the air from the forges miles away makes it extremely difficult to see, especially in the darkness of the night. The vague torchlight on your ship, you can start to make out the silhouettes of large, jagged shapes jutting out from the water as you start to pass by, almost kind of like looming out over you, as you can hear the creaking of old salt-worn wood. This was that part that I was talking about earlier. You hear Mark's voice as he is taking over the helm since the rest of you had gone to rest. Yeah, this part can get a little bit dicey. So we're just going to try to power through here. This is called the Sailor's Lament, and it's basically a big old ship graveyard. You know, no problems. It should be fine. I mean, I've never, piloted a ship before or, been through here. So, okay, I'm starting to freak out a little bit, guys. I'm not going to lie here. I've got real bad anxiety to begin with. I don't know if you noticed. Just why I go into my shell. Let's just do our best to, not die. All right?
What? No, what do you why are you stealing a ship that you don't even know how to captain?
Well, there's a lot of fire peppers. Those are worth some money.
Not if they're at the bottom of the sea.
Well, I mean, you could always dive after them later.
Couldn't you have just taken the fire peppers?
But that's a lot of fire peppers to carry. I wouldn't have gotten away with it that easily.
Do you have water? My head hurts. Ugh.
There's plenty of water over the side of the ship, ain't there? That's a sea. The sea's made of water, ain't it?
Not for my hangover.
It's not the right kind of water, Mark.
Gregory tosses Lilith a water skin, which has about like a half gallon of water in it.
Hey, Lilith, can you share that a little bit when you're done with that? And, Gregory, do you know how... You seem to know more about ships and stuff. Maybe... can we not... How far are we from land?
You still have like, about a whole night's journey. Like you won't approach land until about the dawn, and you're into like the early night. All
right. Yeah, Gregory. How about it? How do you feel like being a ship's captain?
Gregory looks over at Mark. Mark shrugs. Gregory shrugs and looks back at you. Shakes his head.
That was not helpful. Guys, I don't know how to steer a ship.
Everyone do a dex saving throw. No disadvantage this time. Everybody's like back to normal.
19.
9.
19.
As the ship goes along, all of a sudden it rocks really hard, and you can kind of hear like a scraping sound as the ship rocks against something else, and it creaks. Lilith, you kind of fall over, hit the deck a little hard, as does Mark, who pops into his shell again and goes sliding across the deck away from the wheel, goes like plunking down the stairs here. Gregory runs up and tries to take the helm of the wheel as best as he can to try to keep us straight. And Lilith and Mark, you're both going to take just like 5 damage of bludgeoning damage from falling over.
I'm seasick and post-drunk sick.
Yep. Sailing along through this graveyard of long forgotten ships lost to this unforgiving sea. Try a perception check.
21.
7.
14.
Okay, so Wazlow is not paying any attention to what's happening around him.
Wazlow's still thinking about seeing Gregory cut that man's head off.
He's experienced a little bit of PTSD.
Yeah, a little traumatized.
But Lynn and Lilith, you notice just the lanterns on your ship. You can see that the light reflects off of something to your starboard side as you glide along slowly through the water as Gregory's trying to keep the ship steady as much as he can. And as you inch along, you notice a beautiful gold and silver necklace off of what looks like the remains of like a little bit of a skeleton that's kind of like draped over the side of another broken ship that's just stuck there on some rocks as you guys are gliding along. But this necklace, gold and silver, featuring a golden dove at its center, a necklace of some poor soul that looks to have been impaled by the splintered lumber of their own ship as it broke apart upon those rocks that became its final resting place. The light catches it just right where it kind of gleams and catches your attention, Lilith and Len.
Yes, shiny.
That's mildly ominous, but I'm going to go get it. She's going to fly over because it's off of the ship, right?
Well, the only tall folk, Lilith, would be able to reach it from the ship. You, being shorter, you would have to fly out and grab it.
She's like hopping up, trying to get on, like, Lilith.
Yeah, I can grab it.
So, Lilith, just do a straight up dex check for me.
Okay. 21.
You grab the necklace and manage to slide it just over the skeletal remains, the skull, and without really disturbing the remains or anything like that. And you now have this beautiful shining necklace in your hand.
Is it a locket or anything, or just a necklace?
It's just a necklace that has like it's got like a charm at the bottom that it just looks like a golden dove.
Is it big enough for my neck or small enough for Len?
It's big enough. We'll in canon, we'll just say if something gets handed to Len, she has an innate little magic thing that it'll just shrink to her size. But for you, yeah, it's large enough for you. In fact, the skeleton that you had flipped it over looked a little like it was probably like elven in appearance. So not much different in size from your height. But the chain itself is kind of like interwoven gold and silver with like little sapphires in the dove's eyes.
Lilith, can I saw it first.
Do you have a mirror? I gotta see this on me.
No, don't put it on you. I saw it first. You're gonna, no mirror.
We'll share.
Share.
Let me see your sword. I need a reflection.
Go ask Wadlow for his. She's pouting.
All right, so if I put the necklace on, does anything happen?
So as you put the necklace on, all sound seems to cease for a moment, as if life itself has suddenly been sucked out of the air.
For everyone?
Yes. And then a wild scream fills the emptiness of the night as a ghastly elven apparition appears on the bow of your ship. Her hair and torn dress, wild and flailing as if caught in a fierce wind, and she quickly begins floating towards you, hands outstretched, these pale blue, almost faintly phosphorescent arms with crisscrossing white veins wriggling about as if tiny insects were dashing through them. Her eyes fixate on you, Lilith.
Finders keepers.
Wazla has seen too much today.
The scream begins again, and this banshee opens her mouth agape, and a swarm of small crabs starts skittering out of the mouth and down her chin and starts heading towards you.
That's not good. Just give the necklace back. It's all yours. She's giving it back right now. Just whatever you say. Get rid of crab friends, please.
Gregory quickly grabs a little piece. He takes off his belt and he like ties his belt to the helm and ties it off to try to keep the wheel steady, and then comes running down the stairs with his trident ready, just kind of watching this apparition approach you guys.
I'd like to use my animal friendship.
Oh, on the crabs?
Yeah, so I'd like to use my animal friendship spell and to try and convince them to not harm us.
Okay.
If their intelligence is 4 or higher, it fails, but otherwise they have to pass a wisdom
saving
check.
throw.
So here's the thing. So you go to use your animal friendship spell, Lilith.
Uh-huh.
on this swarm of crabs. Nothing happens. You kind of poke and prod using the spell, and you're realizing that it doesn't feel right. Like something doesn't feel right about these animals coming towards you.
Could be an illusion. An illusion of crabs, not real crabs. I'm over here like, pinch, pinch, claw, claw, claw. Come on, pinch, pinch. Trying to speak to
That's your
crab
speech. Yeah,
crab
crab.
crab, pinch, pinch, pinch.
The banshee continues moving forward, floating towards you, and is now within about 20 feet from you, arms still outstretched. Crabs start swarming up around the masts, starting to pinch at the sails, starting to shred, almost like continuing the work of Jackbeard before his untimely demise.
Do they recognize it as a banshee?
You can do an investigation or something like that if you would like to try
I was going
that.
to say, because, Len would recognize the banshee, I would think. But I can still do an investigation to see.
Go ahead.
Or would that be investigation or like Arcana?
You can do Arcana.
I'll
if
do
you'd like.
Arcana.
Go ahead and roll.
21.
21. So, Len, because you come from a land that has tons of magic and things involved, you notice this is some sort of masterful illusion.
The whole thing?
The whole thing. And as you notice that, you start feeling the ship start change direction and start heading towards another shipwreck on the rocks instead of straight where it was tied off.
Guys, I think we're heading in a direction we don't want to go. Gregory, why is the ship going towards that shipwreck? I'm getting that feeling again, like when we were in that one place and there was fake and illusions. I don't think any of this is real.
This is fine.
Gregory looks just as confused as the rest of you, and starts kind of running around the ship.
Gregory, get back to the wheel.
Gregory runs over and starts swiping his trident at the illusionary banshee, and he sees his trident, starts going through it, but the banshee stares Gregory straight in the eyes, and Gregory falls straight to the deck and appears to be dead.
What?
Oh.
And the banshee continues towards you.
Len goes up to the wheel and tries to do something about it.
Len, do a perception check.
13.
As you fly up there, squatting next to the wheel and having severed the belt that was tying the wheel in place, like squatting down, a vaguely feminine figure covered in blue scales with mossy green hair tangled up in seaweed draped over these wide eyes with a large gaped mouth, almost like a fish with dozens of sets of tiny little teeth, and she's huddled down as if trying to make herself really small. One of her long, thin, webbed hands pulls away from the wheel of the helm as she was guiding it in a different direction. And she backs up from you quickly. She stands, her long limbs revealing about a height of over 6 feet, although still somewhat like hunched over. And her eyes start darting around the ship in fear. And I need you, Lynn, to make a wisdom saving throw.
13.
13. You feel a dark presence in your mind, almost like you want to go to sleep and never wake up. But you're able to kind of shake the feeling away from you. And as this happens, the crabs, the banshee, all disappear. Gregory wakes up completely fine. There's no damage to your sails. The creature in front of you, Lynn, starts to panic and huddles down and kind of puts her hands over her head, shrinking in her position, kind of like huddling up again, and makes little noises as if she's sobbing.
What's your deal?
Stay. stay?
All right, you're gonna have to give me more than that. What did you do to our ship?
Just stay. Lonely. Me. Lonely.
She points at some of the other broken chips and the skeletal remains that you plucked the necklace from, and she says,
Friends.
and then points at you.
Friends? One.
No, we.
Stay?
Oh, we don't. I don't do friends. Guys, a little help here.
We have places to be. Can you come with us?
Yes, we don't need to stay. Just come with us.
Venture out. See what the world has to offer.
She looks very confused, kind of like frowns with this, this fishy mouth that she's got. This huge frown appears on her face. She points at the necklace that Lilith's wearing. And she says,
Give. Friends, stay.
Thank you for the gift. You come.
No. Go. Friends, stay.
and she starts like jamming her finger into the deck of the ship. And you can kind of see like one of her claws starting to make an indent in the wood there.
Friends, stay.
No, we're still moving.
Maybe ditch the necklace.
Who's got a strong persuasion? This necklace is coming with me.
All right, Wazla wants to intimidate. I'm gonna try to intimidate.
Okay.
Wazlo will burn every ship in this we'll burn every ship in this graveyard if you do not leave us alone.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
God, today is not good for rolls for me. That's gonna be a 10.
She brings herself to her full height, a little over 6 feet, and stands over you, and kind of walks up, and you can smell this disgusting rotting fish smell, which is probably great for you, to be honest.
He's enamored.
She stands over you, and like the dripping seaweed tangled up in her hair is starting to drip onto your face, and she glares at you with this angry appearance. Stay.
Are those pheromones? Are you coming on to Wazlo?
She covers her chest.
Don't be shy.
She's starting to bring her, like her hands are gripped a little tight, and now she's seeing that she's starting to flex her fingers a little bit, and you're seeing these long dark claws start to come out just ever so slightly out of the tips of her fingers, and it looks like she's starting to kind of like tighten the muscles of her legs.
Wazlo is sorry. Wazlo didn't mean it. Wazlo will not burn every ship in the graveyard. Just most of them?
So Len uses prestidigitation. Not as an attack, but she's like, hey, you sea witch or whatever you are. And then she creates she's like, he's not kidding. And if he doesn't, I'll burn them all. And she sets off a shower of sparks.
With that, I'm going to have you do an intimidation also.
This is not going to work as well. 7.
Do you have any bonuses or anything?
+1.
An 8?
No, like literally, I rolled a 6 and it was intimidations +1.
She bares her sharp teeth at you. Lynn, do a dexterity saving throw.
22.
The sea hag tries to grab you, but you manage to fly right out of her grasp as she tries to latch on to you.
Whoa! No. I don't do the physical affection. No, I don't do the physical affection. It's not me.
She then turns and she runs for Wazlo. Wazlo, dexterity saving throw.
Oh man. 16.
She grabs onto Wazlo, and she makes a break running for the side of the ship.
With Waslow?
Yes, holding on to Waslow.
No.
And with a beautiful dive into the water, Waslow and the sea hag disappear beneath the waves.
Damn it! I can't swim.
Waslow has the loot.
Lilith, neither of us I can't swim.
Where's that shark? Let me go get him. Where's the shark?
Do a perception for me real quick.
Rolled a 3. Plus 3 is a 6.
That's not that bad. Like, sharks aren't too hard to find. You look overboard and you do see there's a couple of sharks kind of around. So you do notice one shark on the side, just kind of swimming around doing its thing.
I'd like to animal friendship this shark.
Okay. What do I need to beat with the wisdom saving throw?
10.
Beat 10? Okay.
Yeah.
The shark beats it. This is one of the sharks from that movie Deep Blue Sea.
He's genetically altered. Yeah.
He ate Samuel L. Jackson right before he got here. So,
no.
Can we see where Waslow went into the water?
you know where he went in, yes, but you cannot see him right now.
Okay, where's... Len kind of goes running. She's like, where's the rope?
Oh, yeah, the rope.
Lilith, I'll get the rope over to where he fell, and I'll bring the other end onto I'll try to throw the rope in the water. You hold on to it here. So, she's going to try to float on top. So she grabs the one end of the rope, has Lilith holding on to the one end, and she goes over to the water where Waslow went in, trying to, hover above the water and see if she can see into the sea. See into the sea.
You can try either perception or investigation to see if you can see him at all.
Perception. 22.
22. Okay, you can see some air bubbles coming up through the water, indicating where he is. Now, you don't know how far down he is, but you do know that he is there.
I can see he's here, but I don't know if the rope. So she dives into the water with the rope.
Your wings are very wet.
Yep.
You will not be able to fly at this point.
Yep.
Waslow.
She knows this.
What do you want to do? You were grappled by this sea hag. Do you have a plan?
I guess I just have to kind of strength my way out of this. I don't have an alternative.
Check if she's tickled.
Yeah, is she corporeal in the sense that I can touch her?
Absolutely.
Okay. Still, there's not a lot because I can't really do fire under here or anything. So, yeah, just let me try to push my way out or wriggle out in whatever way I can.
Try strength. I will let you try dex as well.
Okay. Well, that is a 11.
You are still in the clutches of this sea hag who is trying to swim farther down.
Oh boy.
All right, the shark. So the shark's still around.
He's still around.
Can I try again to do animal friendship?
Yeah, if it's a cantrip, you can try as many times as you want.
She's just desperately trying to befriend the shark.
I'm gonna use the necklace. Gonna pull the necklace off of my neck and then just try and... What would it be? Would it be persuasion, or how do I tease her to bring him back up?
So, since you grip onto the necklace and you're going to try to use it, this necklace happens to be a cursed item.
Oh, okay.
It's called Necklace of the Siren. The user will feel the compulsive need to sing whenever they can. As you're thinking about taking this thing off, and you're like, I can get this off. It's whatever. All of a sudden, Lilith just bursts into song. But this is what I'm going to give you. If the song is good enough, you will have the possibility of luring the creature back.
All right.
So for one, what do you sing? And then I will have you roll.
Having the time of my life. Ooh,
there we go.
Dance, see that girl, watch that scene, digging the dancing queen.
Heck yeah. Okay. Roll me your charisma real quick.
All right. 8.
Well, they rolled a natural 1.
Oh. Who is this angelic voice?
The sea hag is just like thinking, man, I know I've heard this somewhere before. Like, I don't know, was it in a movie? I can't quite place. I know I've heard it. Like, it is just lured by it and starts swimming back up to the top of the water and just kind of breaks the surface of the water. So now you can see, doesn't climb back on board, but you can see that her head and Waslow's head have now broken the surface of the water, and they are visible as she's just kind of like, her flippers are just flapping along with the dun, 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 dun. She doesn't know the words,
I am
but
the
she's
dancing queen.
You fished her out of the water using an earworm as bait.
Yes.
Laszlo, the hag is distracted. Grab the rope. So she swims over to him and gives him the rope.
Waslow grabs the rope.
I'm going to give Waslow a chance to break out of her grasp with advantage because she is distracted.
Okay. Oh, good. 18.
Yes, you managed to bust out of her grasp. You grab onto the rope. Lynn, you're pulling the rope towards you. So now the two of you are both grabbing onto this same rope while the sea hag is just kind of bobbing her head along to the music like, yeah.
Lilith, pull us up, but don't stop singing.
Ooh, you can.
Lilith, give me an athletic roll real quick.
All right. 13.
13. Okay, you were able to lift both Waslow and Lynn out of the water with ease on this rope. Gregory runs over to the helm and starts steering it in the right direction. And then let me have you do a performance roll also, Lilith, just to see, we'll just see how much longer the siren here stays under your grasp.
Disco's not dead.
She starts snapping her fingers.
But it kind of is. I got a 2.
Disco just died.
Disco just died. I rolled a 2.
Okay, so the boat starts going past her. She kind of snaps out of the trance as you hit a really sour note towards the end there, and she gets real mad. 1, because you're leaving. 2, because it was real bad. That note was awful. And what she does is she gets her claws out and she just slams her hand into the back of the hole and just rips along the side of it. You guys have enough momentum going that you're getting away from her, but water is leaking into the bottom of the ship as you pass away. As you pass by.
We all just died.
And out of distance of the sea hag.
Yay.
Phew.
Mark pops out of his shell. So how'd that go? We good? I heard some pretty jazzy tunes till the end there.
God damn it, Mark, you're a freaking turtle. You could have gotten Waslow out of the water, damn it.
I didn't know anyone was in the water. I mean, you gotta tell me these things. I mean, how am I supposed to know what's going on?
Useless buzzkill.
Buzzkill?
Waslow was saved by either really good singing or very terrible singing. Not sure.
Disco saves lives.
Is there anything on the ship that we can use to repair the holes?
Yes, so you see in the bottom of the ship that is starting to fill with a little bit of water, there are some planks down there. There's plenty of, there's some mallets, nails, things like that. So yeah, there is stuff down there to repair. It'll take a little bit of time, so there will be some water that does fill the ship up in that time. So you guys are going to be drifting a little bit, but you can repair the ship.
Hey, I found some stuff to fix the ship, but the hammer's the size of my arm, so if someone could take care of that, maybe.
All right. Waslow fixed the sails all by himself, so he can assist with the repairs of the ship as well.
I still have my necklace, right? Nothing happened
Yes.
to it.
Yeah, you're still wearing your necklace.
Am I still cursed to keep singing while I keep having that?
Yeah, how
necklace
often
on?
does that trigger?
We'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
They don't realize that the necklace was cursed, so they just
Nope.
think that Lilith just broke into song. Len's just like, Lilith, what the? That was a great idea, starting to sing like that.
Distraction.
Does Lilith know that it's cursed, or does she just feel like she's been inspired?
I mean, she was compelled with the want to just burst into song. Like I guess I just imagine anyone in a musical just feels to sing at any point in time about anything, like even pouring cereal milk. But I mean, Lilith has the wherewithal to know that is something very out of the ordinary for her. I mean, that's what she knows. So she could figure it out if she wants to, but that's up to what Shaddai wants to decide.
This curse has given me the gift of hits.
So who's all going down to try to repair the ship?
Lilith.
Laszlo is going, yeah.
Okay. Both of you do survival to try to patch up this ship. We're going to play it a little different here.
10.
5.
Cool. As you guys are trying to repair the ship, Laszlo, you managed to patch it up a little bit, but not great. Like, you covered the main holes. There's still water leaking in around the edges. Lilith managed to make bigger holes, and we're not sure. Like, you put the boards in complete wrong places, and we're not sure how it happened. So this thing's definitely taking on more water, and you've now used up the supplies that you had for this thing.
Lilith, if you would stop singing and just repair the ship, we'd be fine.
What if I broke into another song? I was like, under the sea, under the sea.
As the ship carries on through the night, taking on water, you're still going. The hull eventually takes on so much water that you are now on the deck of the ship, which is quickly starting to go under as well. But you're so close to land. You can see land in sight. In fact, do a perception check for me real quick.
Group perception.
Ooh, nat
check.
20.
Nat 20.
Oh, there we go.
We'll group it.
18.
So with that 20, okay, everybody, you hear a splash, and you kind of look over, and you guys are probably about 60 feet from shore now, as the ship is just now starting to finally go under the waves. You guys are like holding on to the mast, trying to climb up it. You see Gregory sitting on Mark's back as Mark is in his shell, just kind of floating, letting the waves carry them to shore as the ship is completely going under the water.
Laszlo just breaks one of the poorly placed boards off of the bad repair that Lilith did so he can float his way on the board.
So Laszlo's floating in.
I think that Len's wings are still wet, so she can't fly.
No, you can't. You're having a rough time.
So she hops onto Lilith's back.
Okay, so it's up to Lilith. What's Lilith gonna try?
So Lilith will be swimming or slither swimming, and she still will. She can't stop singing, so she just keeps breaking out in songs. So in her feat of swimming, she's singing "Splish Splash, I was taking a bath. Long about Saturday night. Woo!"
I should have gone with Laszlo.
Like, I'm just annoying at this point. Just breaking out that song.
Okay, Lilith, I want you to do a Constitution saving throw. I just want to check and see if you become exhausted as you're trying to swim it.
Ooh, that's a good one. 9.
You start becoming really exhausted because you're not breathing great since you're singing and trying to swim at the same time. Len, you're having just as much trouble because you're having to try to swim for yourself also, as her back keeps taking on water because she keeps going under. Laszlo, you're doing fine. You're floating. It doesn't matter. You're letting the current take you in.
He's got a couple boards, so he looks over at them like Rose looks at Jack and Titanic and just like,
well, sucks for them.
The waves start to wash over Len and Lilith that finally, as you approach the shore, you go under the water a little bit and you start tumbling around in the currents and you wash up finally onto the rocky beach, and it's a little jagged and rough, and you start gasping for air, breaking the water.
No more singing.
And Lilith, you notice as you're laying on your back, still trying to spit out whatever lines of the song in your head you can, while water is also trying to vie for space in your lungs.
At the Copacabana.
As you're heaving up water.
A pair of charcoal hands suddenly grab your shoulders and sit you up and start patting you on the back to try to force the water out of your lungs there. And clearing the salt water from your eyes, you notice a small contingency of Duragar dragging you from the water to safety. And sitting cross-legged atop of Mark Shell as he's starting to get out is Gregory, looking totally fine as the turtle finally starts coming out of his shell. And I've been doing just fine. No, anyway, sorry, the singing's really getting to me now. And then Wazlow finally starts floating up and looks fine. You see this group of about, I'd say, 9 or 10 dwarves, dark dwarves, the Duragar, all around you, like helping pull you guys to your feet. And one of them steps forward and he's like, "Oh, well, that looks like that was a nasty one for you. Best clear on out of here before Darga Forge starts sending out a scouting party to see what all that fuss is about. Seeing you waving around and singing and causing a ruckus out here in the bay. Come on to our dungeon. Who's of ours just up these rocks?" And he nods upwards at a blackened cliffside with flecks of dried and dying plant life. "Also, can you shut up the snake for just a wee moment? We're all recovering from a hangover over here."
Don't stop believing.
Wazlow wishes we could.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Party in Peril Villains, a podcast produced by NerdSloth.com. If you had a good time, please just do us one little favor and share this episode, or clip your favorite parts of the episode and share that with any friends, family, or on social media. And don't forget that you can impact our players and give them an edge by giving us a rating on Apple Podcasts, which translates in-game as Peril Points, which they can use to purchase special items, including weapons or gadgets crafted by our NerdSloth Patreon supporters. Many of the sound effects heard in the show were licensed from Sword Coast Soundscapes, so please visit swordcoastsoundscapes.bandcamp.com to hear all of their amazing ambient and background audio productions. And also a huge thank you to Atlas Music for providing the villain's theme song, Drop the Beat, My Lord. You can find even more of his fantastic modern-day fantasy mixes on YouTube or Songtrader. Love y'all, and roll those 20s. Presented by NerdSloth,
a place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, visit us at nerdsloth.com.